The most important factor perhaps is the cost, right? So Ashish, let me put this question to you. So someone has to bear the cost at all times. Now, obviously, if you are setting up the payment system or the payment link or the gateway, you have to be compensated for it. If someone else is doing it, they have to be compensated by government. And the payment provider, the system provider doesn't really care whether it's the government who's the beneficiary or the consumer. So how is this going to work in your mind as we go along?
So I think, there are going to be a couple of enablers. One is, if you look at it today, we broadly have about 1.5 million POS devices in the country. And the target is, broadly to double it up in the next couple of months, or probably in about 6 months from now. Question is, till today, I don't think world over it is the consumer doesn't pay. Typically, it is either it's the merchant who's been used to paying for the transaction. And India has been typically on the same path. Question is, can we lower the transaction cost to the merchant so as to enable a digital environment in the localized thing? And I would agree, it's the tier 2, tier 3, tier 4 cities and towns which really need to be enabled if this has to be sustained and this has to grow. And hence the enabler needs to be in the fact that to lower the cost of transaction. You've already got lowering of cost on transaction on debit cards, which the government is pushing, and there has been some lowering of cost there. There's been waiver of duties. So these kind of measures are the ones that are going to help in lowering the cost of transaction. More and more people coming in will increase the viability of that merchant being pulled into the formal system, because unless you have the entire environment digitized, you're going to just find that one side of the transaction, which is receiving your salaries in a digitized mode or in your bank account, is not going to be enough. If you don't have the spend opportunities digitally, which is convenient and economical, it's not going to sustain the growth that we are seeing at this point of time.